Hello PC gamers, this is Incoming PC Titles, and today we're going to talk about a game I've been really excited for, Rising Storm 2. Rising Storm 2 was first announced at E3 2015 by Tripwire Interactive and Antimatter Games. Rising Storm 2 is a sequel to the popular game Rising Storm 1 and Red Orchestra 2, set during World War II in the Pacific in the Eastern Front. Rising Storm is set to take place during the Vietnam War in North and South Vietnam. You are able to play as the United States, the NVA, and the Viet Cong. For some backstory, what is commonly known as the Vietnam War was a conflict between Communist North Vietnam led by Ho Chi Minh against Democratic South Vietnam. There was a vote to decide who would rule Vietnam, but it was cancelled when it looked like it would result in a landslide communist victory. The United States President Lyndon B. Johnson wanted to stop the spread of communism through southern Asia, so he sent over 400 troops to South Vietnam in 1961. The United States had a very difficult time in the jungle, and the Viet Cong could dress like local farmers, resulting in thousands of innocents dying. By 1969, there were over 540,000 American troops in Vietnam. With the death toll on both sides growing, with no end in sight, United States President Richard Nixon began calling for the immediate withdrawal of the United States from Vietnam. The United States was losing the war on the battlefield, and it was losing massive amounts of popularity from the American people. By 1973, the United States ended its military involvement. 58,000 Americans and millions of Vietnamese lost their lives. 2 years later, the North Vietnamese army captured the city of Saigon, ending the brutal and bloody conflict once and for all.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Not many Vietnam games have been released lately, so I'm sure some people are glad to see a change of pace. Tripwire Interactive's president, John Gibson, said, "We're bringing our gritty and realistic military shooter gameplay forward to a time when assault rifles ruled the ground, choppers ruled the skies, and every tunnel could hide an ambush." A lot of new features are being implemented in Rising Storm 2, such as new squad system, character customization, 8 vs 8 skirmish competitive mode, the use of gunships and napalm for the United States. Vietnamese are able to set traps and ambush the enemy by using stealth. A lot of new helicopters and vehicles to use. Modernized weaponry for both sides. And one of my favorite new features, full mod support with the Steam Workshop. Character customization came to a surprise to me, but it looks really awesome. You can change things such as the type of clothing you wear and the camouflage. Your hair and facial hair are customizable. You can also have tattoos and camo paint. It's a great change from having the same people fighting over and over, and it just adds a bit of flavor to the game. I'm really glad Tripwire put this into the game because it just makes it that much better and you can go into the battle with your own custom soldier. The new squad system allows you to join a squad with your friends and play together, and you can use a private squad chat to communicate if you want. And they also added a new game mode called Skirmish Mode, which is supposed to be like a competitive mode. It's an 8 vs 8. The goal is to fight for objectives to increase your spawn window. And if you lose all the objectives, then your spawn window closes and you have to fight to the last man. I'm not sure what else they're going to do with this. I'm really interested to see in how they're actually going to make it competitive in such a large game that's meant for 64 players. Both factions have modern weaponry to use. I'm not sure how balanced they plan to make the weapons, but I know they want to make it as realistic as possible. The Americans will get weapons such as the M16, the M60, the M14, and the flamethrower, whereas the Vietnamese have much older weapons from World War II such as the PPSH, the Mosin Nagant. The Vietnamese, of course, have more modern Russian weaponry such as the AK-47, the RPD machine gun, and the Dragunov sniper rifle. The Vietnamese also have some tripwire traps in some classes. The developers have said that they plan to add full modding support for the game and encourage players to create new content to keep the game fresh and interesting. Tripwire plans to add an SDK tool free with the game that allows you to create your own maps using the Unreal Engine 3. You'll be able to upload all your content to the Steam Workshop for others to enjoy. And it's really nice that they added this because mods just keep the game from going stale so quickly. Things such as microtransactions and DLC are still unknown, so we'll have to wait and see. The price of this game is currently unknown, but Rising Storm 2 is set to release on Steam in early 2017 on PC only. Thank you for watching this video, and let me know what upcoming games of 2017 you guys like to see me talk about next.